Welcome back to New Rockstars. The latest episode of Hawkeye has us all identifying characters by their wrist alone, and we know it's you, Willie, Kingpin, Wilson. Just show us already. Why are you hiding? Just come out. Reveal yourself. This is Rogue Theory, the show where we pitch the wildest theories for the nerdy titles that we love. My name is MT, and going rogue with me today is our very own Lady Jessica of Pizzas. It's Jessica Clemons. Hello, Jessica.
I'm the dog.
Pizza dog, top pizza dog. It's the highest honor, honestly, because Pizza Dog is the greatest character ever introduced in Marvel history.
Oh,
absolutely. I love that. Winky boy, that's my son. And someone always willing to trust a bro when moving, it's Whitney Van Laningham. But hello, Whitney.
Don't trust a bro, never trust a bro, because a bro don't trust me. Okay?
True facts. A philosopher said that.
Yeah, a famous philosopher.
Yes, Confucius, I think so. And someone who I'm sure has some new costume designs for Hawkeye, it's Angelica Trae. Hey, Trae, what's poppin'?
It's good to be back. And yes, I absolutely do. I also practice archery, so it's just this whole series has been eye candy for me.
Dang, we're going to have an actual Kate Barton by the end of this series.
Yeah,
it's going to be Angelica Trae. Uh-oh.
I'm getting my purple shirt out.
Get it going. We got some great, New Rockstars got some great shirts at newrockstarsmerch.com if you want to just fight crime in those. Just saying. Capitalism, we're doing it. So, part of what made this episode so fun were the insane trick arrows we got to see finally get put into use. We've only had Hawkeye for like almost a decade. We're finally getting some trick arrows. Thank you, Jesus. With the best moment being the Pym Tech arrow, creating a giant mama arrow that crashed into the bridge. Somehow, the bridge is okay, but a lot of other people aren't. But where did that arrow Pym Tech bad boy come from? Well, that leads us to our first topic of today. Is the Pym Tech the new Stark Tech? Since Hank Pym must have equipped Clint with that trick arrow, what other Avengers or ex-Avengers is he hooking up with all that resizing technology? And as we look ahead to Armor Wars, will Pym Tech or loose Stark Tech be a hotter black market commodity? What do you guys think?
Man, well, okay. I guess that the first thing that I thought when I read this question was Hank Pym would never let his tech get into the hands of all these ne'er-do-wells and ruffians. Hank Pym is a very heavily guarded man. And I was like, he wouldn't give his tech out to anyone. He was so hesitant even hooking up Ant-Man himself. And I think that there is a high possibility that if Mr. Hank Pym is handing out his own tech, could be a Skrull, because I don't know if the real Hank Pym would do that.
Okay.
So I think we might get to see Skrull Pym coming up, because if tech is getting passed out, I don't know, that's not the OG's vibe. I think that might be a Skrull thing.
That's a very good point, because Hank Pym has always been almost like Wakandan levels.
Yeah,
don't
he
look at my technology.
Guards his tech. That's who he is.
That is so. He is kind of acting kind of different and fishy than usual. So
he could be a Skrull. We don't know who's a Skrull, babies. We just don't know. We won't know until we know.
It could be anybody. It could be you watching.
Pizza Dog. Be a Skrull. It could be me.
Not Pizza Dog. It's anybody but Pizza.
Pizza Dog, I'm leaning more towards
I'm deducting
Flurkin.
Points for you even suggesting
that.
I
didn't even say anything.
You're in debt now. Oh my, it literally could be Pizza Dog. Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he's winking. He's like, hey, I'm a Skrull.
Guess what?
That's what I'm saying. A little suspicious. Just saying. No, I like that one a lot too, because, just approaching it like Hank, was it Skrull Hank? I like that one a lot. I think that bringing in Skrulls in here, we need a little bit more of that in here, just like beyond, our tracksuit bros. But like just breaking it down, looking at Stark Tech and Pym Tech. Stark Tech is so straightforward. It's like that military weapon, exoskeleton. Obviously, you can work with things like nanotech and stuff like that. But here's the thing, is it's always getting hacked. It's always getting hacked. That's a problem with that. Exactly, with Stark Tech. But if you look at Pym Tech, it's more covert. So I feel like Stark Tech, you can have these, really scary armies and soldiers. But then with Pym Tech, you have these covert ninjas that can like manipulate time. So I think that Pym Tech is a lot more intimidating and would be more costly on the black market. I think that it would be more lucrative.
Hey man, and you're not alone, because that was literally a huge thing in the first Ant-Man. Like making those yellow jacket suits and an army of them was a huge reason, why Hank Pym hid all of his Pym particles in the first place. Because he knows humanity be fucking up. We just love making weapons out of shit. There's nothing more scarier than an army of tiny people.
Oh, and that's like the scariest thing is that at that point, what's to stop you from using Pym Tech to just create an army of tiny little Iron Men that could all grow to giant sizes and crush you, and each time they took a step, the earth would shake and shatter? Like, no thank you. No,
that's so covert.
That's a lot.
Super.
That's so scary. Could you imagine?
It's scary. I don't want to get attacked by a bunch of little guys. No.
It reminds me of that movie, what's it, Toy Soldiers?
Yes.
Where, oh my God, that's such a 90s movie.
Small soldiers.
That always terrified me. Tiny little toys, like with sharp objects. No, thank you. I don't want my feet getting stabbed. I'd rather just you stab me regular. Not little tiny stabs, because those hurt.
Oh yeah, regular stab over tiny stab any day. I think we're agreed upon this.
Any day. Yeah. I mean, no stabs, ideally. But,
ideally, no stabs, but then the ranking goes no stabs, regular stab.
If we had to talk about stab rankings, yeah.
Aw, well, I hope that if we all end up in, one of the Pym creations, the big house together. Hopefully we all have our shank ranking down, so we'll know.
The shanking.
That shank rank, dude.
Shank rank.
The shank rank. What you got, Jess?
Oh God. Sorry, I got so sidetracked with getting stabbed by child-sized weapons. I think. Okay, so. Yeah, ultimately, I feel like when I was thinking about this, there's like two roads that we can go down. I think a realistic one is that during the blip, Clint stole this. I feel like if you have that much time in the blip, you have time to learn. And what we learned from What If, with him and Black Widow trying to find just like any kind of paperwork about like where Zemo was hiding, it's like Clint is kind of stupid, but when he puts his head at something, and especially if he's fighting for someone, which is like at the end of the day, every episode he brings up Black Widow, he's like going to put all of his he's just gonna overexert himself doing stuff. So I think during that blip, he learned how to recreate some of Hank Pym's technology and created it himself, or just stole pieces of what he could find and pieced together this arrow that he's been harboring until the moment was needed, which I feel like was a wasted moment. I feel like he should have saved it for something bigger. But I think that was one of my theories. But then my second one is like, also if we're still thinking about What If, we're thinking about that Wasp is going to become a bigger part of the Avengers. I love the Marvel Zombies episode of What If, and if they say what Kevin Feige said and that it's still canon, I think we can trust that Wasp would be there to give some of the technology and some of her weapons to the people of the Avengers that she trusts. And I think Clint is one worth trusting of the Avengers, because he's not so tied to Tony Stark, because Stark Industries is basically just the law now, because through WandaVision, they own Vision. That was their whole thing, was like, Vision's body is ours. So it's like anything owned by Tony Stark now is owned by the law. But nothing, like you said, Hank Pym's technology is kind of covert. It's laying low, it's black market shit. So I think that Wasp could potentially have given him this weapon to use in a dire circumstance just because she can trust him. And I think that's one big thing that Marvel movies have made very apparent about Hawkeye. It's like, he's a good guy. Like he's worth trusting. We can trust him with our life. So I think there's probably that kind of like little back and forth that we haven't seen yet, or he stole it when he was playing Ronin.
I do like that idea of him stealing it, because, hey, if he's going to go on the run as a criminal Ronin,
might as well.
You're going to need all the tools you can get. And I'm sure, like, maybe he wasn't even thinking about being Ronin at first. He was like, all right, I'm going to make all these cool arrows first and be arrow guy. And then he sort of became Ronin along the way. And then he's like, oh, yeah, I forgot I had this cool arrow that could make things grow.
I bet there's an even cooler arrow in there, too. Like, there's some secret ones we don't know about yet.
Right?
That was, like, the whole tell from that scene was, like, look at all the different arrows he has. And I was like, I get it. He has a variety of arrows. Going back to the Armor Wars, I think Stark Tech and Wakanda technology will become one. I'm holding on to the what if canon stuff, and I want to see Pepper Potts and I want to see Shuri creating weapons together using Wakanda technology and Stark technology, and these two powerful women just doing their own thing. And then we can have Hank Pym being like, I'm still rich and really weird about who gets my stuff. So
Michelle Pfeiffer's back, so I don't need any of
he's
y'all.
like,
Goodbye.
my lady's back, so she gets my weapons, and that's it. he literally
Hank
only has
Pym
like
is
4
like
people
the
fucking
Joey
with him.
doesn't share food of the friend group.
Yeah, he definitely is.
Hank doesn't share tech.
I love this version of Hank Pym, but I think we should all remember that he is just a rich man that's stingy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very true.
At the end of the day, old rich white dude, little bit stingy.
So it would have to be
Just a-
stolen. It would have to be stolen.
Yeah, and honestly, he would have, I mean, like, Ronan would have had prime opportunity with Hank gone during the blip, so we don't know who was taking over the company during his absence as, like, the head shareholder. Ronan could have stolen it from that guy. Ronan could have gotten it from Hope or Scott in the aftermath. Lots of different possibilities.
Well, okay, speaking of this Pym Tech, let's talk about the other Avengers. Because, like, what other Avengers or ex-Avengers do you think could also have some secret Pym Tech? And, like, how do you think they could be using it themselves?
I just thought of a tiny
what
Hulk,
other
and I don't.
Yo,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Tiny
you know
Hulk will
how
be too
much I want a
powerful.
tiny Hulk. It'd be so, because it happens in the comics. He goes to the microverse and there's like a tiny Hulk jump. It's the best. I
that's
want
great.
a tiny Hulk.
Yeah.
Let it happen. Sorry, I just got really excited.
Let's get
about that.
Tiny Hulk in
Yes.
here.
So okay, we have Hulk that's still around. Who else is around? We have Jane. Oh, well, Jane's not an Avenger.
I think. Oh well, we're talking about like Avengers. We're not talking about soon to be, because I think the boy from. Sorry, I forgot his name, and I feel horrible because as a black person, I shouldn't. The boy from Falcon and Winter Soldier could easily potentially be a next up and comer for like Pym technology. I just think he's so picky about who gets to use it, but we're still in 2021 and we know where Disney's headed. So it's like this is he like working with Paul Rudd's character in Ant-Man is already like, okay, this is like a convict. This is someone that's poor. This is this. Working with this man. I don't see why he wouldn't go and work with people from the Falcon Winter Soldier series. Also because it's just like, yeah, this is a kid that's down and out, but also I can trust him more than he trusts like Rogers. I'm not saying that Rogers is not the trust. I'm just saying when you're Captain America, the law is going to be always right by you. So it's like, stay away from
It's true.
him. But yeah, I could see him coming for that. More than like Yelena. Yelena wouldn't use it. Pym technology.
Yeah.
No.
Not really your bag. But how do you think Spider-Man? Do you think we'll have like see some Spider-Man Pym Tech in No Way Home? That'd be
hope
crazy.
not.
That would be crazy.
Now I'm imagining tiny Spider-Man, which is basically just spider-sized in my head now.
Yeah.
It's just all come full circle.
Yeah.
The spider.
And
Yeah.
then he could
Imagine.
bite someone. Maybe that's how the multiverse gets started, right?
Oh my
he bites
God.
Andrew Garfield, who's on the subway. Andrew Garfield bites Tobey Maguire. Oh no, that's how they all appear. Just kidding.
It's like a 3-way biting session.
Yes,
It's
that'd
like,
be
now
very-
we're all Spider-Man.
Yeah, now we're all Spider-Man. But because they're all really little. No, we're all Spider-Man.
What if? Well, technically, I guess it'd be funny if he did use the alternate version of Spider-Man, had to use Pym technology because our Spider-Man wouldn't let them use the Stark technology that he has. I think that'd be cute also, just to be like, no, this is mine. This is my dad's stuff. You can't use it. You gotta use Pym technology. If Pym would, that's the thing though, Pym's like, okay, so this is what I was talking about before this happened. Isn't Pym still technically a fugitive? Like, isn't Pym still like running from the law? So could he even show his face?
I think they got their name cleared at the end of Ant-Man 2.
Did they? Okay, because I was like, even though he said that like you're good with me, I was like, they still did a lot of shit. And now that like his wife is back, I'm sure
a
he's
lot
like,
of crimes were committed.
They did
Still,
a lot of
so-
they did a lot of criming.
you think becoming a giant figure would save things, but instead you ruined half the city. Like turning everything to a Hello Kitty giant Pez dispenser also ruined a lot of foundation that construction workers have to work on.
Right?
So
it's like a Pez dispenser killed a family of 5, Hank.
Yeah,
You're
are you
going to
happy,
prison.
Hank? You murdered so many. I was thinking about that. in
Hello Kitty
Hawkeye, this
Kaiju's pretty
Hawkeye
cool
episode.
though.
Oh my God. Hello Kaiju.
Hello
Let's get it
Kaiju?
happening, Marvel.
That going, man.
That's a whole series on its own. But no, it's so true. Like, Hank and them are probably, they should be, like, in trouble to some degree. Even though they did save the day, they did a lot of crimes in that movie.
That's why I think their
Heist
stuff
and
is going to lay low. I think their stuff is definitely going to lay low. It's going to be like the Walter Goggins thing where like she like slips money, slips like technology. Like everything's going to be under the table between Hank Pym and anything else.
Yeah. Well, they're probably just waiting for the next big bad, just to like, just overtake it. Like they're doing the comparison game here, right? It's like, okay, how bad are we when we can get like the next, I don't know, super bad guy in here? So they're just waiting for that next one, then they could pop out. Yeah.
Okay, the Pym Tech that I want them to pop out as soon as possible is definitely the Ant-Man catapult. I would really like them to be able to shoot all of their new tiny army that they have outfitted with Pym Tech, just catapult them across
just a
the
regular
land.
Slingshot.
Yeah.
Just like, here you go.
Yeah.
Or you can like isn't it the Trojan horse? Can you like Trojan? Is that what it's called? The Trojan horse it and just put them in a toy?
Yeah, we could.
Wait, what is it called? Is it the Trojan horse?
Yeah, it's called a Trojan
horse.
Okay. I just didn't know what you were talking about. But that's hilarious.
Yeah, so like put them all in like like a mint box or like a Hello Kitty Pez dispenser or a toy or something, and yeah, you could do like a Trojan horse thing with them. That's pretty wild.
I would love that. Okay, these are all great ideas. So for that, everyone gets 1 million points each. It's a tied up game. These are all. I really like the scroll possibility and all these possibilities. Amazing. You guys have brilliant minds. But that is it for this question. But up next, we have some theories on the color hierarchy of the Tracksuit Mafia. But first, there is a brand new latest Obsession shirt inspired by Hawkeye available at newrockstarsmerch.com. They have a really cool design inspired by the title sequence of the show, and you can even channel your inner Clint or Kate by getting it in purple or Kate. And find those shirts and all those great merch options at newrockstarsmerch.com. But hey, using the internet without ExpressVPN is like having a first aid kit, but not keeping it stocked up. What are you doing? Somebody could get hurt. Most of the time, you'll probably be fine, but then you'll cut your hand trying to, pit an avocado, and then you'll really need that Band-Aid. I'm not talking from personal experience. I know how to pit an avocado without hurting myself. I'll never eat an avocado again. Every time you connect to an unencrypted network like cafes, hotels, airports, any hacker on the same network can gain access to your personal data. And it doesn't take much technical knowledge to hack someone. Like a smart 12-year-old could do it. Like my older brother when he was 12 could literally do this. Like he was a very smart boy. ExpressVPN creates a secure, encrypted tunnel between your device and the internet, which means hackers cannot steal your sensitive data. It'd take a hacker with a supercomputer over 1 billion human years to get past ExpressVPN's encryption. They just got it like that. If you got the time, you can try, but don't do it. It works on all devices, phones, laptops, tablets, and more, so you can stay secure on the go, because we're always on the go. And we really like how easy ExpressVPN is to use. And all you have to do is fire up the app and click on one button to get protected. One button protection, amazing. And it's top-notch security without having to actively think about it. So secure your online data today by visiting expressvpn.com/rogue. That is expressvpn.com/rogue, and you can get an extra 3 months free. expressvpn.com/rogue. And hey, if you dread looking at your credit card statements, you're not alone. The weight of debt can be crippling, but Upstart can help you on your path to financial freedom. Upstart is the fast and easy way to pay off your debt with a personal loan, all online. So whether it's paying off credit cards, consolidating high interest debt, or funding personal expenses, over 1 million people have used Upstart to get one fixed monthly payment with a clear payoff date. And rather than looking at your credit score alone, Upstart considers other factors like your income, current employment, and credit history to find you a smarter rate for your loan. And you can check your rate without impacting your credit score in minutes for loans between $1,000 and $50,000. And you can receive funds as fast as 1 business day after accepting your loan, which is dope. So find out how Upstart can lower your monthly payments today when you go to upstart.com/rogue. That is upstart.com/rogue. And don't forget to use our URL to let them know that we sent you. Loan amounts will be determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information provided in your loan application. Upstart.com/rogue. Guys, there's nothing sexier than confidence, and Blue Chew can help give you confidence where it counts. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable form and at a fraction of the cost. And you can take them anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever the opportunity arises. The process is simple. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. And the best part, it's all done online, so no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Blue Chew's tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped direct to your door in a discreet package. So if you could benefit for some extra confidence when it's time to perform, Blue Chew can help. And we've got a special deal for our audience. Try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code ROGUE at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code ROGUE to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the show. All right, let us get on to the next topic of the show, because it's time to talk about the best part of Hawkeye, which is the Tracksuit Mafia. I mean, the second best part after Lucky the Pizza Dog.
Pizza Dog, yeah.
Yes.
Obviously.
Yes.
Because during Echo's flashback, we do see Ronan attacking some green and blue tracksuits. And this makes us wonder, is there a difference between the colors of tracksuits? Because, you know, we got some red, we got some green in there, we got some blue. Is there like a Squid Game system going on here? Is this like Star Trek and the colors denote your speciality? Like, am I reading into this too much, or do the colors actually mean something?
Well, at first I was thinking maybe the suits were regional, you know, like the different areas were different colors. But
Like
then, yeah, exactly. And then the show, well, because we have so many of the red tracksuits in the show, I was like, okay, it does kind of remind me of the red shirts. So I'm glad you brought up Star Trek and how in the original series, red shirts were known to be the disposable guys, right? As I'm wearing my red shirt today, I better watch my back. But yeah, no, that's a good question. I feel like, here's the thing. I don't know if it's about the color, but it seems like the layers, like how many layers they have,
Stop.
denote importance. Because here's the thing. When they have the tracksuit, you know, it's fine. That's like the bottom of the rung here. But then you add on the black jacket, and I feel like that's the next level up. You know, then maybe in the next episode, we're gonna see a guy with 2 jackets on. Maybe a guy with a turtleneck underneath. It's gonna start to...
I hope the reason why MCU Kingpin is big is because he just has a bunch of jackets on.
He just has a
It's just
bunch of different sweaters.
That's what I'm saying. It's a man, a normal sized man in a 50 coats.
It's 2 kids in a trench coat.
Did you guys
God.
ever read that series Sideways Stories from Wayside School, where it
my
turned
God.
out that one of
You
the
are
students,
activating a lost memory in the back of my mind.
they
my
find out
word.
that one of their fellow students is actually a dead rat wrapped in a series of like 100 trench coats, and that was one of the most memorable storylines of my childhood.
No.
So
No.
Wow, it's like that Harry Potter twist, but a lot weirder.
yeah, and that's what these
Pettigrew.
tracksuit people are. They're all just a bunch of dead rats inside.
Wow.
You know what? I believe it, because we don't know what happened to that Endgame rat. He just went into a life of crime. We
Where
don't
did
know.
he go? Put on a tracksuit. That's where.
Life of cheese and crime.
That's hilarious.
I agree with Angelica for the most part. And then, for the most part.
Yeah,
It's
please
funny
don't
because
agree
when
with
I
me.
was watching it, I was like, why is the one that can speak in sign language the only one allowed to wear an extra jacket? But then I was also like, it's just cold in New York, and he's probably just not used to it. But I agree with the regional thing, kind of. So I suspect that she obviously works under a different person. He says like, when they're talking, he's like, Uncle doesn't, I'm afraid what's going to happen when Uncle finds out. Like your dad always put the crew first. I think it's a family business, and she's in charge of this group of people, and hers are the red jumpsuit. I almost said red jumpsuit apparatus. The goddamn band.
That's their band they go on to make. So.
That is
So she's Blink 182. And then the other one is
red tracksuit apparatus. It's getting wild out here. There's yellow card shirts.
Yellow card, There's
Yellow jackets.
Oh god, and I am on yellow card. But I think hers is just red. I don't think it's gonna be anything so crazy that it's like they're from Spain, so they wear red. I think it's, but I do think it was good to notice that in that flashback, it was like, these are people maybe either working on, because the dad feels like he was higher than obviously his daughter was. So it's like his people are wearing these suits. He's wearing this suit. He's working for this person. But it's like, girl, we'll give you a small group of people. They all have to wear red jumpsuits. Because they're all wearing red jumpsuits, but also in all different categories. Like, one is really close speaking sign language to her, working with her, and then the other one in red is buying tickets for Imagine Dragons. So I don't think it's like a status thing, because I'm like, they're both wearing the same outfit, but one's being weird and one's genuinely helping. So I think it has to be like her group wears red. Okay, not a rogue theory, not as crazy. Maybe she is the pizza rat. Who knows?
I mean, honestly, I think that it's totally possible for the Imagine Dragons guy to be a very serious, high up, important man. Have you met like CEOs and shit? They're weird. They'll come up to you and be like, my girlfriend dumped me for Imagine Dragons. I don't know what to do. Like, maybe he's weird because he's so high up that he's like, I can talk like whatever now.
Have you ever met an Imagine Dragons fan? Oh, they're
dude,
important and ferocious.
You're looking at one. You're looking at
I'm
one right
terrified.
Now. MT loves
yeah, I'm the biggest Imagine Dragons stan. I can't stop imagining dragons. Honestly,
Damn.
It's oh goodness. My favorite dragons, Dragon Tales, Dragonland, PBS. Great show. Can't stop thinking about it. Don't know what I'm saying. Am I having a stroke? Probably.
I think you are.
But
can you smell toast? Quick.
Yeah. Do you smell toast, baby?
What is your arm okay? What does it feel like? Pins and needles anywhere?
Do we know if in any of the comic books, because from what I read with the newer Echo, I was trying to look into the tracksuit team, and I was like, they're just a bunch of dudes in tank tops and sweatpants.
Yeah,
just say bro a lot. So it's kind of hard to read too much into it. I couldn't find too much about it. To be fair, I did only read like the most recent stuff. I did not look too deep into it.
That's essentially what the Tracksuit Mafia is. There's some vaguely European guys that say bro all the time committing crimes.
I mean, honestly, it could be as simple as one of them was like, hey, I don't want to have to wear a suit and tie to the goddamn office. I want to be comfy. I want to be able to hit the gym immediately afterwards with my guys. What can you do for me uniform-wise here? And then they all just adopted tracksuits.
Casual Friday never ended. And
Casual Friday never ended for the Tracksuit Mafia. You are correct.
They
came in the sweatpants. Yeah, and then Tracksuit Tuesday happened, and they're like, you know what? Let's just stick with this.
Yeah, like in Mean Girls when Regina George is like, we can only wear sweatpants once a week. It's like not if you're in the Tracksuit Mafia, dude. Not if you're if you're in high school, but not if you're at the Tracksuit Mafia.
It's comfort, so they can do their best, on the job.
Comfort before beauty, so that they can be their best selves every day.
Mm-hmm. They all got shot with an arrow. They're not that good. 2 of them got stabbed in the foot out of a ball pin.
Yeah,
well, they might need some Kevlar in there. Yeah, they might need some Kevlar. I think Kevlar blocks arrows, right?
Chainmail. They need some chainmail headwear.
I feel like diving out of a ball pit and impaling my enemies was like my fondest dream at Chuck E. Cheese as a 3-year-old. That is something I absolutely wanted my entire life, and it was realized for me last night in Hawkeye.
Well, again, you guys have all had amazing answers. But hold on. I have a random thing that just popped into my mind right now. So the red, green, and blue suits. Like, what if this is Kingpin? Like, we're assuming that Kingpin is in this. I mean, let's be real. Come on. He's definitely in this.
You gotta be.
Yeah, he's the little black kid.
But what if, like, these...
In the beginning. That's what my friend literally was like, did anybody see Kingpin? And I was like, it better not be that black kid. And he was like, exactly.
The black kid's like, I'm gonna drive you home. Don't worry about it. But no, since we do have all these different suits, like, is there a possibility that Kingpin goes around and absorbs different gangs and is like, all right, rather than you guys, wearing your old colors, you wear this red suit because you're this gang. So, like, I just know which gang you are because I'm just absorbing a bunch,
So he's just
it's sort
being
of like
really respectful of their favorite colors. And he lets them still keep it. That's sweet. I like that. That's really sweet. He's like, I know you guys all already
Crips,
really
you
like
can keep
green.
blue.
I'm not going to make you change. You guys can still wear green. It's okay. I know you love it.
Exactly.
That's
Wilson's
sweet.
a nice man.
That's a really
very
sweet thing of
sweet
Wilson
boy.
Fisk to do. That would make me feel good if I was joining his team and he was like, you can still keep your hair purple. I'd be like, oh, Wilson, are you for that is so
I'm yours
sweet.
for life.
I'd join purple tracksuit for sure. I'd be in purple tracksuit team.
Dude, I'd be purple tracksuit mafia all day. Let's start it,
love
it.
Angelica.
Let's go.
Let's start it. Let's start
do
the
it.
purple
Tracksuit
tracksuits.
Mafia gang.
Zipping it up.
Do it.
Rocky
I'm in too many
theme.
gangs now.
Yeah.
Big head gang, Kang gang, purple tracksuit mafia gang. Oh man, I'm a triple agent.
You
But
are.
no, these were all fantastic answers. So again, I'm going to give everybody 1 million points each, which means that it's all down to the rogue question. All right, gang. It was announced this week that there will be at least 3 more Spider-Man films set within MCU continuity by Amy Pascal herself. So, because of this quote in a news from Amy Pascal, pitch me your roguish theories on what the overarching plot for this new Spidey trilogy will be. What do you guys think is going to happen in this new 3 films from Sony and Marvel?
Well, damn, dude. I mean, if they keep, they're just gonna have Tom Holland progressively get older and older, so eventually it's not gonna be like No Way Home or Homecoming. It's gonna be like Spider-Man Retirement Home, and like that's what, or like, you know,
Spider-Man Home Foreclosed.
yeah, Spider-Man
Damn.
mortgage too high on his home. Spider-Man annual home loan rates unreasonable.
I'm thinking, I mean, can we have Miles Morales in here?
I want
I
him.
think so.
Let's
I mean,
bring
they
it.
already
So?
teased Aaron Davis.
Okay, I didn't know
so
what the,
he's in this universe.
Okay, yeah, I was still trying to feel it out, right, with like all the rules and everything overlapping. But I would definitely think that they're going to I would personally love to see them start to bring in some new blood and maybe some Miles Morales type content, because I freaking love Miles Morales. I love Peter Parker, but I love Miles too. And I think it's time
dope.
to maybe pass the torch for a bit, you know?
I hard agree with you.
Okay.
That's a good
Big
one.
agree.
I like that.
I
you got,
think
Jess?
he's going to die. And he has to die. If he doesn't die, I will die. And I bet a lot of you are
I
looking
will
forward to that. A lot of you
Jess
in the
is
comments
the
are
sixth
like,
Sinister
"God,
Six member. I'm telling you
die
guys.
already." Yeah. I think he's gonna have the same execution. That sounds horrible, but I think he's gonna have the same
Hey, nice.
farewell goodbye as Tony Stark had.
That makes sense.
Let's be honest. Tony Stark, I think this might be for me, more me than anyone else. To me, he was the like matriarch of the Avengers. Like it was like we do anything Tony says.
He's the
And
mama.
like Tony does this. Even
Mama
during
Tony.
Mama Tony.
Mama Tony. My favorite pizza joint.
He's definitely a father figure for
yeah.
Peter.
And he was
Yeah.
also a father figure for Peter. So I think like for the MCU, he was definitely the matriarch. And I think that torch has been handed to Peter. Even though he's like a kid and he's cartoony, it's like we still see that glow and that hope and sheer like joy we get in his eye that makes everybody else feel the same way. So I think he's undeniably like a fan favorite. Kill him. Kill him eventually. The next three
Kill him.
movies, he's going to literally be redeeming everything toward the end, where we might see Miles, we might see like the Gwen that is the Spider Gwen, like we might see all these other ones, and they're like saying goodbye to our Tom Holland, Peter Parker. I'm also assuming that these 3 movies are going to be so far out. It's going to be like 8
they're
years
gonna be
before
so-
we see the last one.
They're gonna be
it's
so
like,
far out. We're gonna see old man Tommy, like the old man Logan. But it's Tom
He's gonna
Holland
come back.
Spider-Man. Like that's how far down I'm picturing
Oh,
these.
man.
So that's
my
why I'm
God.
like,
I would
by
love
that
to see
time, he's gonna be like Robert Downey Jr. and be like, "Yo, I've had my fill. Like, I am ready to have a great way to go out, and it will be his. It'll be his way, and we will get a new Miles Morales. This is how it works. Reincarnation. This is how it does.
Hey, you know what, Jess? I love that so much that I'm going to give you the dub because that is so rogue. So rogue.
Yeah.
Think of Peter Parker
Yay.
dying.
Peter Parker.
Are you kidding me? no one wants that to happen, but it could happen. And like you said, Miles Morales could easily take up the torch because that's what happens in the comics. So this makes Jess our winner for today's Rogue Theory. Everyone, claps for Jess.
Woohoo!
But yes, that is it for this episode of Rogue Theory. Thanks to our guests, Jessica Clemons, Angelica Trae, and Whitney Van Laningham. Please follow them all on Twitter. These guys are some of the smartest women that I know. And I love just supporting creative women. So please follow them everywhere. Not in real life, just online.
The ladies
but
Rogue
yes.
Theory.
Yeah.
I just
It's
noticed
only-
that.
it's-
MT, get the
It's
fuck
the
out.
girls' room.
Yeah. Why do we even let him host?
But of course, you can follow me at MasterTainment, though I'm not as cool as these girls. But of course, you can support us on our channel on YouTube and also on Twitter, because Tyler's doing some amazing shit there. But also, check out our amazing merch over at newrockstarsmerch.com. We got some cool shirts like this. We got Superman with the Infinity Gauntlet. Super dope. Super dope. If this happened, the multiverse would be over. So yes. Go grab yourself a cool shirt. And also, if you want to talk more about this episode of Rogue Theory or other New Rockstar stuff, go find us on Discord and join the conversation there. Because some of the channels we've opened up to the public, so it's really dope. And we've made some channels available to our non-patrons, so you can be a part of the broader community over at New Rockstars fans on Discord. But only if you're 18 or older. If you're over 18 and interested, search for New Rockstars Discord server and join the conversation. But yes, again, thank you guys so much for watching. We love you guys so much, and we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Live long and suck it.